Let us see the next question. Everplus Pvt Limited has a very strong view that the shares of Tata Steel Limited will go down since steel industry scenario is perceived to be gloomy. It believes that within a month, price of Tata Steel will go down by 20% from 150. It sold 10,000 shares of Tata Steel short and wants to hold the short position for a month. Today it is 30th of September and it wants to square up the position by 31st of October. It wants to use the Nifty futures contract to hedge stock index exposure. Futures index value is 1200, lot size is 50. Beta of the security is 0.8. The first question: what is the profit profile on 31st of October in the following situation? A and B, two situations have been given. Okay, I want you to tell me answer of A question. Please write your answer in the chat box. So friends, over here the question is providing the information that you have entered into the transaction for sale of the security. So you have the short position in the cash market. So what will happen? For the purpose of hedging, you will buy index. So we understand that, say, first of all we'll do working like this. Calculation of number of contracts to be purchased. Why? Because you are having, say, right now short position in the cash market. We'll compute it like this: value of the portfolio into beta of portfolio minus beta required, whole divided by futures index value into lot size. What is the value of the portfolio, friends? We understand that, say, there are 10,000 shares which have been sold at the price of 150. Multiplying with the beta is right now 0.80, and we assume that beta required is 0. Why? Because we are assuming that, say, there is a complete hedging required, and there is only one security in your portfolio. So whatever the beta that security has itself is beta of your portfolio. Index value is given 1200 and the lot size is given 5050. So futures index value is 1200 and lot size is 15. That is the way we are supposed to make the calculation of answer. So 10,000 into 150, that is 15 lakhs, into 0.8 divided by 1200 into 5050, that comes to 60,000. So 15 lakhs into 0.8, that is 12 lakhs, divided by 60,000, that comes to 20 contracts. So we must have entered into the transaction to buy 20 contracts. That is the first working note that we are required to prepare. Now the question is providing the information that in these two situations you are required to make the computation of the profit or loss. America lifted the sanctions which boosted the market sentiments, and Nifty rises to 1250 and Tata Steel to 160. It means that the prices have increased. So in that case, what will happen? In your existing portfolio you will incur a loss, and hopefully the index will cover up the loss. So I'm writing over here Tata and I'm writing over here Nifty. I'm writing over here sale value, then I'm writing over here purchase value, and finally there would be a profit or loss. See what happens at say we already have entered into the transaction for sale of the security. What is the price? 150. And how many shares? 10,000. So we understand that over here 150 rupees is the price and 10,000 is the number of shares. So this is what, so you already have done it. So I think the answer comes to 15 lakhs. For the purpose of hedging you have purchased. How many contracts? 20. What is the price? 1200. So we understand that say 1200 into 5050 into 2020. So the answer comes to 12 lakhs. So this is what say we already have done it. Now we are required to square off. How to do square off, sir? It is simple. You have to do the reverse. America lifted the sanctions, which boosted the market sentiments, and Nifty rises to 1250. Okay. So over here, so the Nifty value is 1250 into again 5050 into 120. So the final answer comes to 70. 1250 into 5050 into 2020. So 12,50,000. So there is a profit that say you're able to make of 50,000. Okay. The security price has also increased to 116. So in order to square off the short position on the cash market, you are required to buy security. We have to understand that say that initially the transaction was entered upon to sell security at 150. So now you will purchase at 160. How many shares? 10,000. So in that case it comes to 16 lakhs. So there is a loss of 1 lakh. So overall profit or loss, overall there is a loss of 50,000. We understand that say due to index trading, at least your loss has reduced. Let us see the second part of the question. Nifty reduced to 1150 and Tata Steel was 135. So let us see that's a calculation of the profit or loss in the B part of the question. One is of the Tata Steel and another is of Nifty. Again we will have the sale value and purchase value. Difference of that would be profit or loss. So here we understand that we already have entered into the transaction for sale of 10,000 shares of Tata Steel at the rate of 150. So it comes to 15 lakhs. We entered into the transaction to buy index at the rate of 1200 and 50 is the lot size and number of contracts are 20. So that comes to 12 lakhs. These two prices have already been freezed by us. Now we have to see the revised value. This is 135. So of course over here you will be able to make a profit. So 135 into 10,000. So it is 13,50,000. So it will have a profit or loss. Profit. How much? 1,50,000. Next, in case of the Nifty, it is 1150. So 1150 into 50 into 20. So that comes to I think 11,50,000. So there is a loss of 50,000 rupees because you have to sacrifice your gain to some extent, and ultimately that is overall profit or loss. Profit, how much? An amount of rupees 1 lakh. This is the way we are required to show the answer. We understand that so over here exactly the value is not going down to 0 because practically it does not change exactly the same lockstep as what we understand. Say otherwise when we have to make the that is calculation on our own. So just a small summary of the entire answer, friends. First of all, since we have a short position on the cash market, for the purpose of hedging, we are purchasing the index futures. This is the number of contracts which are required to be purchased. Afterwards, we understand that say we are entering into the transaction of purchase. In both the situations, we compute the overall profit or loss. In the first case, say there is a loss, and in the second one, there is a profit.